Hi, this is Dodger and you're watching my show! So I finished the Sherlock Holmes vs. Jack the Ripper LP this weekend. Yay! So happy. If you want to watch that, it's all in a playlist. It's all there. So you can watch any part of the adventure that you like. But now I'm like, what do I play next? I really want to play Dead Space 2, but I never finished Dead Space 1. So I was asking this on Facebook too, but do you guys think I should play the first one first? Even though I've played the beginning of the first one? I don't know, but I hear the second one is pretty intense awesome, so one of those should happen. So for news, Square Enix registered a website called chronobind.com, which made Chrono Trigger fans just like go insane. Like, are they making a new Chrono game? What is it gonna be? It's a new Chrono game? I'm so excited. Oh, it's for a card game that has nothing to do with Chrono Trigger? Do 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 do. That made me go, why haven't they done another Chrono Trigger game? Because, I'm sorry, but you make that many Final Fantasy games, and you only make 2 Chrono Trigger games? And when I say card game, I mean like a card game. When you look at the screenshots, it looks like poker with a giant clock in the middle. It's interesting to me because I was expecting like a fantasy, like a digital fantasy type of card game, and it's looking like something different, which is cool. But it just made me yearn for Chrono Trigger, so bittersweet. So any of you who saw Boondock Saints, it's a great movie, the first one, not the second one. They are making a co-op shooter game that is based off of the Boondock Saints franchise. They're uncertain whether or not they're going to be able to release it as like a full-on retail game, or if it's going to be episodic, like have chunks of it available for a digital download, which they would prefer not to do. I think they really want to just make like a full game, and I think with the hope of it being taken seriously, if that makes sense. When you read the articles about the game, it sounds like they're trying so hard. They want so badly for this to not be a standard, oh, we just based this shooter off of this movie where people shoot people, so it's a thing we did. The problem is that everybody says that, right? There's such a stigma around movie-based video games now that when I read that I go, well, a lot of people say that. Need you to make it happen before I trust you. I do love Boondock Saints though, so I will be playing this game. It looks like they're going to be doing like secretive plays, like letting a couple people see it maybe here and there at PAX, but E3 is where they're actually going to showcase it and let people play like a full demo, so yeah, we'll see how that does. The movie is also great. If you haven't seen it, you should totally watch it sometime. Any of you that love Thatgamecompany, which made Flow and Flower and Journey, and Journey's coming out in March, like pretty soon here, I think the 13th? Yeah, the 13th for $15. Woohoo! Excited for that. Anywho, so they had a deal with Sony where their 3 games, their next 3 games that came out, had to be PlayStation exclusive games. So that contract is coming to an end, which means that all of the people who have really wanted to play these video games but haven't been able to because they don't have a PlayStation, in the future, when they make games, that might not be the case. Flow, Flower, and Journey, it'll be up to Sony whether or not they can hit other platforms, which I'm assuming they would never be like, oh yeah, you want to make money off of this game? Go for it! Yeah, it's no big deal, you know, whatever. But it is cool that their next games won't be PlayStation exclusive. They're definitely like looking into other companies, making deals with other companies, and having their games have a wider reach because their games have done really well. A lot of people really like them. So, especially if Journey does well, I think that that'll give them the boost that they need to be able to be like, hello, would you like to talk business? I always get so sad when games are an exclusive title. Like, even if the system that I have is the exclusive system for that title, I still think, oh, but my friend, if this is a good game, I have a friend that won't be able to play it, and that's kind of sad. Oh, it's getting kind of dark and awkward in here. Hold on! That always weirds me out when I'm filming and it's like totally light in my room, and then halfway through the filming process, it gets really dark in here. Happens within a matter of like 5 minutes. As a final bit of news, so I don't think that we've talked since Pokemon White and Black 2 was announced. I don't think that we have, but there is something on top of that, not just that they've been announced, but also that we are probably going to be seeing Pokemon White 2 and Pokemon Black 2 in the US by the end of the year, which is much faster than usual. It sounds like they're aiming for fall, but that could be anytime between like September and December, just like, oh, before the year's over, you know, fall. And honestly, I really hope that this is actually a sequel to the last games and not just like version 2, which is what it's being called. It's not just being called 2, it's being called version 2. So there's a lot of speculation on whether or not it's a sequel or if it's just like a reimagining of the first ones, which would be kind of disappointing. Like, a sequel would be really cool. So fingers crossed, my brethren, maybe we will get us a pretty nifty Pokemon game. I was doing one of those tests to see how many names of Pokemon I could think of, and I got so many of the original 150, and then everything beyond that I was like, Anywho, that is my show. Thank you so much for watching. If you have a positive or a negative response, feel free to leave it in the comment section. And if you want to have coffee with me, you can click wherever I put the annotation and it'll take you to my other channel. But otherwise, hope you guys had an awesome weekend and a great beginning to your week, and I will talk to you again on Wednesday. Okay, bye-bye. Mwah.